right, so let's go over this again. This is Liddy Rules came up with this. And of course, never would happen in a million years. But what goes down is this. You got a small town of 100. His question is, can you take out the whole town in the middle of the night? I say anything less than the whole town is a failure. If I'm going to, give one to tell the tale of terror, that he's just running from house to house to house. But anything less than that sounds terrible. Now, I don't think guns is the way to go.
No.
That's cheating.
And it's loud, unless you have the silencer or anything. But
yeah.
No, you need a blunt object at the very least.
Yeah, it does have to be a bloodbath, I think.
I gotta agree there. Here is Ricky. Ricky, you're on Ron Fez.
Yeah, Halloween night. That's the best time to do it. These damn rednecks, they love Halloween. The fences are down. You knock on the door, they open the door, bam, there they are. You got them. They think it's trick-or-treaters, but it's you with a knife, hatchet, whatever.
I know that sounds great, and it fits with the movie and all that, but I really do want to wake people up in the middle of the night. Here is Tom. Tom, you're on Ron Fez.
Hey, buddies. I think the problem is you're not taking into account the hot chick factor. If you're doing this in the middle of the night out in Hicksville, there's no air conditioning.
There's no hot chicks.
Some of these chicks have got to be hot.
You're going to be farm fucking broads. They're going to look like cattle.
Hey, how about that Marla Hooch?
Yeah. That's basically what you're going to be like. Now, obviously, we'd never do this in a million years, but we got this from a listener. This is, can you do it?
Yeah.
Could you do it? And even playing this kind of game, I don't like to send any kind of animals into it, though. But I would make sure that I came in through a window, and I would love just either to have people just like sleeping all over, and I'd fucking have a sound system set up. And before I even did anything, I'd fucking be ready to hit play. I'd turn up the volume on everything, and I would just be leaning over them, hit the light, and then yell, "Wake up! All you motherfuckers are going down! Helter Skelter, bitches! Charlie is back! And he's out! And he's ready to rock and fucking roll! Just fucking running up and down the steps. Now, am I crazy, or did he not get that loud enough?
That one wasn't loud enough. That one wasn't anywhere near loud enough.
How come, Earl?
I thought it was loud enough. It was loud enough in here.
To us, it didn't seem. The levels are so far off here. Living and working with Earl. Fez, we got to do our yearly talk with Stan Lee. That's coming up.
Yeah, he is hosting a new season of Who Wants to Be a Superhero. That's been airing Thursday nights, 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Earl, let me hear you try to blast that right from the beginning. See, that was louder, right?
Totally louder.
Now, how was it louder that time?
I don't know. I had it at the same level I usually had.
I know you're lying.
I'm not lying.
I know you are lying. Who's in there with you?
Lily, Pitts, and Dave.
Put Pitsy on. Pitsy, did he crank it up the second time?
Yeah, he moved it up.
Of course
so
he did.
It was that easy to catch you lying, Earl.
Oh my God, I had it at the same place I always have it.
Earl,
why did he just say he saw you move it up?
I have no idea.
Put Lily on. Lily, did he crank it up or no?
Yeah, I saw him move the pot up.
All right, Earl.
Yeah, because I had the pot all the way down. I had to bring it back up.
Why would they lie then?
I have no idea.
Why would it sound louder to me and Fez?
I honestly don't know. I really don't.
Fuck. Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Fez. Go ahead, Matt.
Am I on with Ronnie B and the Asexuals?
You are. What can we do for you?
Name is Fez.
You got to take in the tweaker effect in
meth heads?
Rural town, where the people don't even come out till it's dark.
There are a lot of country meth heads.
That's right, the meth heads. They all got their own recipes.
Yeah, but if you hit a meth lab, you can blow up the whole fucking place, take out 20 meth heads at once.
That's true.
See, I like the thought of killing each individual
Why?
by themselves. I don't. It just seems more like an entire town was murdered.
Well, wouldn't it be if, you dropped a bomb on them?
It would still be the same thing, but it would not have the same effect of someone went house to house and each person was stabbed to death.
I like to mix it up, like blow up one house somehow, and then just get my own.
If it was a movie, you'd have to do it that way. They would just go, "Are you going to stab again? You've got to wrap something around her neck and hang her."
That does spell for a reign of terror there, where you don't know which way it's coming from.
Earl, how come never once have I ever seen any of your co-workers back you up with me? All it would take would be one of them to say, "No, Ron, I looked over here. It's something with the fucking board," because he had it the exact same spot.
Couldn't tell you.
I would, at that point, I had to say, "Okay, my bad. This equipment is crazy, but when we come back from vacation, we'll finally be in the new studio." But it just seems like you lie and then get caught lying by the people next to you.
When someone's hand touches a pot and slides it up, isn't that bringing it up?
It's bringing it up.
So
yes.
I don't understand why you just couldn't say he put it up. I don't know what the big deal is. Why would he lie in the first place?
Because the earlier song that, we should have been talking over, he had blasting. So the second song, which I literally fucking, sent a note, how to fucking do it, he put it down low. And that, you could say this, you could easily say, "Ron, I'm getting two different fucking angles. I don't know what you mean." And then I'd be like, "Well, he doesn't understand me. That's partially my fault." But you lied and act like you do get it.
I didn't lie. I always said it at the same spot. I brought it when we brought the music down. I brought it down.
Why would you have everything at the same spot? That would not be producing. That would be insane. You would have to be able to judge levels on your own to be a producer.
Yes, I started at. No one will know what this means. I started at 10. If I have to bring it down, I'll bring it down.
We all know what fucking numbers mean. What do you mean no one's going to understand you?
These go to 11.
We know that 8 is fucking softer than 10. Everybody has a stereo.
But I always start at the same spot, and if I have to bring it down, I'll bring it down. If I have to bring it up, I'll bring it up. But I always start at the same place.
Well, that's not fucking producing either, is it, you maniac? That doesn't even make sense. There's plenty of times where you want to bring the music up slow. Plenty of times where that would make sense. Where if you're going to play music under me and Fez while we're talking, you're going to start that at 10?
I'll bring it down, of course.
What? No, you wouldn't fucking bring it down. If Fez is telling a sad story and you decide, I'm going to add some music, you wouldn't want to have the sad music blaring and then work it down to find out where it is. You'd want to slowly bring it up so the listener isn't even aware that suddenly there's sad music in the background.
Yes, I understand that, but in that
then why would you say you always start at 10?
In that particular case, that's where I started.
Every case would be fucking different. You got caught lying by Pitsy and Lil.
Or Earl, are these guys just trying to get you in trouble?
That's probably it, because I don't know what to say. I really don't, because I start at the same spot, and then all of a sudden,
when your hand goes from down to up, Earl, that's bringing it up, isn't it? So
yes,
you brought
when
it
the
up.
fader is all the way down, of course
you brought it up. So how is it a lie?
I turned it off. I brought the fader down and turned it off because I was going to listen to something in cue.
It doesn't make sense. Well, how are we lying when you brought it up?
Well, the first time we played,
bring Lily in.
I'm going to
let Lily decide. Who, by the way, I like to point this out to everyone else. She looks really nice today.
You know, cool weather is Lily's look.
Yeah.
You know, summer she kind of went through haphazardly.
Yeah, I know. You're right. She does. She struggles. She struggles with the hot weather. But now you're back to doing your hair in the mornings.
Yeah.
You got on this really cute little jacket, some boots.
Thank you. Little cool weather does the trick for me.
Yeah. All right. Now, you got to tell me the truth. Are you just picking on Earl, or are you telling the truth?
No, I'm telling the truth. We saw him put the thing up, and also it sounded a lot louder the second time. So
insane.
So you can't argue with the sound, Earl.
You know from the bit I was trying to do was the one that we used to do for that commercial at fucking Free FM. So I would assume that he understood that that's the bit I was going for.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and that's why
Why was it louder the second time?
I don't know. I really don't. I had it at the same spot.
So you're saying equipment is crazy, not you?
I'm not saying that at all. I don't know what's going on, but I had it at the same spot I had it before.
So who's the liar, you or your coworkers?
They're lying.
When your hand moves, how do we lie, Earl? It was louder. People heard it louder.
One more time. I brought when we did it, I brought the fader down. I turned it off.
Earl, listen to me. I've been in a dark place the last couple of days. Fez has been crazy. That's driving me crazy. You're incompetent. That's driving me crazy. Right?
And I don't mean to drive you crazy. And that wasn't an incompetent
Today I tried to come in with the light. All I wanted was light in the world.
He's a black hole.
Well, I'm not going to say that because that's racism. It's a post-Thymus world. You're a person, Earl, but a person who still doesn't know how to do a job, and a guy that your own staff turns on every fucking day. All it would have taken was one of them to say, Ron, I saw what happened. Earl's telling the truth.
They're breaking I don't know if they're breaking my balls, but I know what I did.
So they're lying.
Yes, they are.
Both of them. Are they always lying?
Yes.
They always lie.
Give me an example where we lie, Earl.
Earl's walked out. He broke some equipment.
Where did he go?
He's coming back. Here he is.
I didn't break anything. I'm standing right here.
Earl, come in here. Pitsy, run over and grab the board.
I did hear some static in there.
Yeah, maybe he broke a microphone again.
He popped a button off the board and slammed his headphones down.
So you can't slam things down on a control board. You don't know what button it's going to hit. And a lot of these, I believe, have a self-destruct.
Why did you go running out like that?
I didn't run out. I took my headphones off.
And left the room.
I didn't leave the room, Dave. I stood right there.
Why would you take your headphones off during the show?
No, I could still hear everything. I just took my headphones off.
Why?
I was a little upset. I am upset.
Because your staff lied?
Yes. I know what I did. I'm not going crazy. I'm not going completely crazy.
You're going crazy. Fez, can he go with you today to the Nut Hut?
I would love to take him with me.
Earl, would you like to go?
No, I don't want to go.
Let them just take a look inside your brain.
No, I'm very happy with all my various neuroses and hang-ups.
But you're on the bubble here, brother. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to do your own job anymore.
I know what I was doing. I know exactly what I was doing. That's why I'm upset. I'm upset because they were like, no, you didn't. I'm like, I was sitting right there.
And yet they said you're lying. Again.
They're not being truthful. No.
But how are they your fucking team if they always think that they always attack you and you, according to you, lie about them? Are we at the point now where either you should go or they should go? Is that the point we're at?
I don't know if we're at that point yet, but...
If you had to get rid of them right now, which one would you start with? Just to make an example to the rest.
Oh, wow. I would start with Dave.
You'd get rid of Dave?
Yes.
Dave, who would you get rid of?
I would get rid of Earl in a fucking heartbeat.
All right, Pitsy, who would you get rid of?
I'm going to go with Earl, too, Ronnie.
Lily?
Based on today's performance, I'd say Earl.
Ron Fez.
Have you tried to talk to these guys?
Yeah, I try to talk to them. Sometimes it's like talking to a brick wall.
But here, all three of them?
No, well, you know what it is? Sometimes they just have their own little agendas, and they have their own little...
What is their agendas?
I don't know. I don't know.
You think it's,
I knew.
I want to get rid of Earl?
If that's... I guess so.
They're trying to drive you out of here?
Are they driving you out, Earl?
No. They're not driving me out.
I think we're just trying to get you some mental help rather than drive you out because you really need some serious psychiatric counseling.
Oh, is that the reason why yesterday? I caught him one time yesterday when we were in the screening room. I said, drop line one. I could hear you whisper, no.
Because it was relevant to the conversation.
It was not irrelevant.
Sometimes Ron Fez bounce back from topics, and just because
Who did you whisper no to?
I told him no because sometimes you guys go...
All right, hold on. Let me talk to Earl. Earl, tell the story again because I don't understand.
we were on the air yesterday, and we were moving on to something else. I turned to Pitsy and I go, hey, I don't know if it was Pitsy or not. I said, drop line 1, and I put my headphones back on, and I could faintly hear him say no. Dave say no.
I didn't faintly hear it. I said it out loud. That's why you heard it through your headphones. The reason why is because sometimes they go between topics, back and forth. So just because they happen, it's like today when they talk about Lil Elvis, but then they went back into another topic. Just because of that.
F.Me said during the screaming bit, you could barely hear the music. It's just insane, Earl. It's just fucking insane. You can't produce a show like that, brother. You gotta have some feel for it.
And again, as usual, I'm wrong. I'm always wrong.
What's that mean?
No, that's how I feel sometimes. Like, anything I say, I'm always wrong.
Joe, you're on Ron Fez.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't think anybody's lying. I think the question that they answered correctly, but it should have been asked, did he bring it to a higher level than he did the first time? He's got to bring it up. You know, you don't just hit the button and come in full blast. That's,
He claims that he does, and on that bit, he needed to. On the bit, which was the Helter Skelter bit, which we've actually done during commercials before, that music needs to come in raging. And it did not. Now, Earl, you and I have done that bit at least 5 times before.
Yeah,
so you should know it more than anybody.
Yeah, and I had, when I said it,
yet I'm going, this is so much lower than when you were playing Jerry Lee Lewis when you wanted to pretend DJ again.
And I'm aware of that, but I am also aware that you're going to jump in and that I got to watch the levels because I don't want it to pin where no one can hear it.
Tom, you're on Ron Fez.
Hi, brothers and sisters. How's it going? When the soundbite came over the second time, it was louder the second time over the air.
Yeah. All right. Earl, to stay executive producer, you got to be able to lead these guys. Now, I got a fucking meeting after the show today, and so does Fez is going to see his teen shrink. You need to have have you had the one meeting with these guys yet, where it's just you and them, and talk this thing out?
I mean, we had a brief meeting yesterday about, other...
You need to say, am I the leader to you guys? What do I have to fucking do? Because right now, you're not.
But again, I can say that a million times, but if everyone has their own...
Then we have to either pull you out of that position, or you need to get a new staff.
No, but I think they find it a lot easier when they do fuck up. They'll just say, well... Earl's the executive. They always throw that line. Earl's the executive producer. He should have told me. Even when I have, and they just do it anyway, they'll just throw that at me.
Did you honestly just say told me?
Told.
You said told me.
Told. Sorry.
But you are quality control, right? Isn't that part of the gig?
Yes, I try to be. I mean, I think I am. If I'm failing in that, I got to work on it and be better at it. I don't know, but. Again, I think sometimes they just have their own. They have their own agendas.
You're falling apart.
I'm not falling apart. I'm pissed because I'm not thinking straight when I'm pissed. I never could think straight when I'm pissed.
All right, let me go through the staff and just to check. Earl, who's the weakest link? Who's the weakest part of this team right now?
Including interns or just staff?
What the staff?
Just staff.
And if you want to include interns, go ahead and do that.
Just the staff, I would say, like, right now, it would be Dave.
Dave's the weakest link. Dave, who's the weakest chain here? Who's the weakest link in the chain?
Earl Douglas has a meltdown every day and needs serious professional help. He's by far the weakest link.
Pitsy, who's the weakest link?
I have to agree with Dave. It's definitely Earl.
All right, Lily.
I gotta go Earl.
All right, they're all... I mean, what would you do if you were Fez right now? By the way, I do pick Fez as the weakest link.
Oh.
Well, you're saying a psychiatrist, and Earl isn't. He's fighting it, at least. I'll get a hold of Stan for us, by the way, too. Fez wants to talk to him about, I don't know, TV shows or whatever they do.
Who wants to be a superhero?
Nobody, Stan. It's the same thing we talked to him about last year, right?
Yeah.
He's the sweetest man in the world.
Adorable.
What am I going to say? Still doing it? Where were we, Earl? Oh, what are you going to do to pull out of this?
No, but yeah, I'm always the weakest link until something is about to go wrong, and then everyone runs to me.
Like what?
It's like, Earl, we need, I don't know, we need to find this, we need to find that. I'm always the weakest link until until a situation they can't handle.
So you think they're being insincere now by even calling you the weakest link?
Yes, I do. I mean, like I said, when the shit seriously hits the fan, then suddenly they need me. Suddenly I'm the strongest link in the chain. You need to do this. You need to talk to Ron about that. You need to talk to Fez about this. You need to talk to Don about that.
You said yesterday you were the weakest link in the meeting, so you're lying. You said that to us yesterday.
At that particular point. No, I said...
So things change in fucking 20...
No, wait a minute,
hours?
Dave.
What? I'm waiting. What do you want to say?
All right, we got Stan Lee to deal with right now.
Stan Lee, he's got a new season going on right now of Who Wants to Be a Superhero that airs Thursday nights at 9 p.m. on the Sci-Fi Channel. For more information on that, you can go to sci-fi.com/super.
Stanley, thanks so much for being on, and best of luck with this.
Hey, great talking to you. Thanks a lot.
All right, take care, my friend.
Stanley, check him out Thursday nights. That's tomorrow night, 9 o'clock on the Sci-Fi Channel. Who Wants to Be a Superhero? You can go to sci-fi.com for more information.
It's the sweetest guy in the whole world. Now, I can't sit around and watch that, what are you chewing there, bro?
I took some of Dave's gum.
I didn't get any gum. I like to be part of the gum club.
I'll get you some.
Yeah. All right, now, Earl, look what the guys just said, because I brought you in here with me. But they said we pulled Earl playing Helter Skelter both times. They never jump on this kind of stuff unless...
Yeah, unless I'm in the barrel, of course.
Yeah. Now, why do you think it's always you in the barrel?
Because... I mean, I don't know.
You want to be part of the team, right?
I would love to be. I love this team. I really do.
Yeah.
But...
Even all the guys that turn on you?
Yeah, I really want this to work. I know that personality-wise, I'm not, I'm not as outgoing as Dave. I'm not as... they all have different personalities.
Is it a black thing?
No,
if it is, I'll go crazy.
It's not a black thing. I mean, I'll admit I have a completely different personality to, let's say, Dave and Pitsy. They have a very similar personality.
They're white. They got like a white personality.
But I don't know. They just love and they'll love to see me get drilled.
And yet, it seems like you are a showstopper. Am I wrong about that? All right, let's take a listen to the first one where he came in with Helter Skelter. Wake up! All you motherfuckers are going down! All right,
Helter
stop.
Skelter, bitches!
All right, stop. Not very loud. The music, not very loud.
Yes, I understand that.
Particularly the way that we did the bit before, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's play it the second time. Earl, let me hear you try to blast that right from the beginning. The
See, that was louder,
right?
Totally louder.
Now, how was it louder that time? All right, that's all I asked you. And why can't you pick it up from there?
Again, I don't know. Maybe it's because you were talking under it. I don't know, but I had it at the same spot.
That's impossible. That part's impossible. I do not control, sound in the world.
No, I'm not implying that you are, but I don't know. I really don't know.
That's what you're implying. Exactly.
Earl, you heard the difference, though, right?
There is a difference, yes. I can eat. There's a noticeable difference.
And they claim it's because you're a goddamn liar.
They make that claim. I know what I did. I know exactly what I did both times, and I did it at the exact same time both times.
I'm not so sure if Earl's a liar. I just think, he is starting to develop schizophrenia. And so I'm actually concerned about him medically.
The guy with the whacked out haircut and hid for the entire show. Now you grow a set of balls when I'm in the barrel.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's a good point.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
I wasn't hiding. I've been working hard on the phone calls.
You hid.
Yeah.
I'm now running the board and not breaking equipment, unlike some people.
Oh, now you want to run the board because again, let's bring up.
I've wanted to run the board for a long time. I'm doing it right now.
I can't be part of the scream.
I don't want to get into this fight.
It's
I really
just too much. But it's got to be worked out off the air, Earl. You're not a leader to these guys. All right, we're going to break here. Will you promise to meet with them today?
Yes.
And will you tell us what's going on tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
In the meeting. All right, Ron Fez Show.
Ronnie B. Fez W. The Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez Show. Don't worry, Stanley will be back next year for a very quick talk. As he talks to everybody. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Hey, the Kathleen from the Bronx stuff this week, 10 times better than the show again, Fezzy.
Killer. Yesterday's blog, it was cracking me up. Her not wanting to get in the transatlantic tunnel. It's Dear Ron and Fez Show, and you can catch it on ronfez.net. Kathleen from the Bronx's blog.
You know what they're calling her fans now?
No.
Catholics. So they're the Catholics. They're out there trying to be heard. By the way, this is kind of interesting, too. There's some Pepper Hicks fans calling themselves Pepper Shakers. So they are also out there. So look out for the Catholics and the Pepper Shakers.
Yeah, no one from the show ever supports me. None of the staff. The only guy who ever backed me up in any fight that I had was Fez.
All right, I understand that, but we're talking about something completely different now. We're talking about Kathleen's blonde. Who did Fez stick up for you with?
When I had my fight with Mikey D.
Oh, yeah, and Fez was wrong. He came back and apologized.
He didn't.
Well, everybody made up with Mikey D now, even you, right?
Yeah, we all made up, but...
Except for Fez. Now you keep Fez on the outside because he backed you up.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you stood up for me, and I thought I was...
All right, can we move on from your problems? Although I do notice that when I had you come and sit in here, take a time out and sit with me and Fez, the guys are finally giving us time cues now that you're gone. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that because, you know why? Because I'm not there.
That's not a good thing.
No, but I'm not there, and I'm surprised no one came in and gave me the, Earl, what can we come back with? Or, Earl, what bed to use? Or, Earl, whatever. I mean, that's always the case when I have them run the board. And I mean, it's an honest question, but... They don't say I'm not in control. And
what happened this time? How come they went and did it on their own just to try to show off?
Yeah, just to show off a little bit.
Yeah.
To make you look bad.
Of course.
They don't like you.
I guess not. I mean, I like them, but apparently they don't like me.
That's total bullshit. You don't like us, so you certainly don't like me. You never have.
We're moving on.
Okay.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I don't like them all either, Earl. But I'm trying to stay light. I'm trying to get into the light today. Been very dark and ready to use. Very ready to use lately. I may have to go to a meeting with you later. And we might have to jump out of the fucking AA, jump right to the fucking NA, and just bypass the fucking drinks.
Stuff on Marbury from the Knicks.
I thought you said stuff on. I'm like, stuff on Marbury. I go, what did you get on him?
He is sticking up for Michael Vick, saying that, no one complains when an animal is hunted. Like if a deer gets shot, nobody complains about that. And Marbury says that dogfighting is a sport that happens indoors. It's no different
from basketball
than hunting.
No. I would agree, Fuzzy, but I can't begin to tell you the type of hate mail. So I say I disagree, and I want Vic sent away for a long, long time. And anyone else who does anything awful towards any animal, including hunters and beekeepers.
Yeah, and the NAACP, they're backing up Michael Vick. They think he should be going back. They think he should have a job to come back to once he's served his time, because now he's suspended indefinitely.
So they don't want him to lose his livelihood.
Yeah, they don't want. It's like the man is entitled to earn a living.
What about Don Imus? Where were they for Don Imus? I would agree with people if they would just be a little more consistent, because I said the same thing about Imus as I said about Michael Vick, that the guy has a right to fucking work his trade. And you can't take him out. Now, from what I understand, the NFL was mad at him because he's involved in gambling. Not just the dog stuff, but since gambling goes on, that fucks with their, bylaws.
Yeah, the bulk of that suspension, once they found out gambling, he was suspended immediately because that's the clause that...
Well, that could be suspension for life under their code of conduct.
For life. He's NWO suspension.
It wasn't like he gambled on games. He just gambled.
Doesn't matter. Does not matter. Wait, You know what? You got a good point there. Maybe because it was illegal gambling.
All right, but it wasn't like, hey, I'm,
But here's the thing:
points.
you're not even allowed to hang out with like fucking mafia guys if you're in the, you know what I mean? You can't hang out with a bookmaker and be caught, whether you were betting or not. You're not allowed to be around unsavory types. And what they worry about is that Michael Vick will lose a bunch of money to a bookie and have to make it up by fumbling the ball at the 2. And the way this guy fumbles the ball, you never know whether that's fucking real or not.
Yeah, especially with AstroTurf, because the turf causes more fumbles.
No, the ground never causes a fumble. That's not a fumble.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
So why are you saying that?
Well, I meant to say also.
This is the kind of stuff that happens why Dave and the guys turn on you. That you don't know the rules of the game.
Yeah, I
think you're trying to stick up for Vic again.
Yeah, I would.
Is it because he's black? Because I stick up for him for that reason, too.
I'm sticking up for Vic because I think he's a great athlete. He's still a great player.
All right, OJ was a great athlete and a great player, but, you still... Oh, you were on his side at first.
I believe he didn't do it alone. I think he had...
Well, that's what he even says in his new book.
Yeah, he had to have had help. I mean...
Charlie helped him.
How can a guy with... how can a guy with arthritic knees cover that much area?
In the book, he killed them both by himself. He just took the knife off Charlie, and Charlie basically threw the clothes out for him. That's all he really did.
I don't know, there's a part of me that just can't believe that.
Do you think Michael Vick killed these dogs alone?
Oh, no, not alone.
Hey, my phone screener's down, boys. God, I'll be glad to get into the real studio, but I got news for you. I'm looking over here, Fuzzy. I can't believe they're going to be ready in 10 days.
There is no way they will be ready the day after Labor Day. There's too much to be done in there. A floor has to be put down. The walls aren't done. There is no way that thing's done in 10 days.
You are so cynical. You will always just try to get me in a bad mood. What time's your meeting today?
4:00.
Why don't you tell her that you're suicidal and that you need to be locked up?
Because she will believe me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there is some sort of emergency button under her desk that alerts the authorities. That seals off exits when I try to get out of there.
Hey, here's Brian. Brian, you're on Ron Fez. Brian.
Hey, what's going on, buddies?
What can we do for you, pal?
Hey, I wanted to let you know, I own my own business. I've got several employees, and there's no way that I would ever let Pitsy or Dave or any of those people talk back to me the way that they talk to Earl. He doesn't lay down the law. He doesn't tell them what they need to do, what he expects, and if they don't do it, there needs to be repercussions. And if he can't do that, then Earl needs to go, and you guys need to find somebody else.
All right. He has come up with a good point, Earl. Like the way the guys talk to you, right? And you said they all gang up on me.
Yeah.
What would happen if they all ganged up on Ronnie B?
You would fight back. You would not fight back.
I wouldn't fight back. That would be the fucking end of it. That would be the fucking end of them being able to work here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to take that shit. I've worked fucking too hard in my life to get where I am, to hear a bunch of people spread lies about me that work under me, right?
Yeah.
Why do you take it?
It's a good question. I really don't know. I don't know why.
See, that makes you tough for you to be the executive producer.
No, and yeah, you're right.
Because it's not a struggle for me to go, no, I can't have the guys who work under me fuck with me all the time.
I understand it, but in the heat of the show, I let it go. You know what I mean?
And that's why it happens every day to you.
And that's a flaw. That is.
And Wiki told you the same thing, right?
Yes.
Wiki said you're not executive producer material because you won't stand up not only to the guys, but he wants you to stand up to us every once in a while and go, you need to do these things. And he was telling me the other day that sometimes he needs us to talk to people from other XM channels. And Earl gives them they don't know that guy or whatever. They like to do cross promotions.
Right, yeah.
And I can't remember if we've ever done this before. Have we?
I mean, I did it with TJ.
No, they call our show.
Oh, no, I don't think we've ever done that.
I think maybe a baseball guy before. But he said every time he brings it up to Earl, Earl's like, no, they're not going to be interested in that. And he's like, Earl, you've got to make it happen. You're the company guy. So you got to go to them and say, look, this is good for you. And I sat there and listened to the story, and I'm thinking, I never remember Earl bringing one of these to me.
I mean, I think we had Bo on once.
Right.
We had Bo on once. And
but
then,
apparently there's quite a few of them that they need to do. NASCAR or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I thought was a producer decision. I just thought, now I understand that we need to cross-promote, but sometimes it's just not fitting us, you know what I mean?
But what he's trying to say is you're supposed to represent the company, and you're supposed to try to talk us into it instead of either A, being on our side, or B, it looks like you don't even tell us most of these things. Give me a little agita. A little agita medicine.
It's in the other studio.
Let's see how fast Nico can run. So do you even remember hearing any of these?
No.
Do you get a lot of those?
I mean, I don't say a lot. I'll get them on occasion. They offered us, they did offer us, like, NASCAR. They offered us the guys from fantasy baseball.
But you don't even tell us.
I mean, because I just think that it doesn't, fantasy, none of us...
Oh, I dig what you're saying. But what I'm saying, that's one of the reasons why you're in his doghouse. He needs to cross-promote all the shows and the channels. And he's like, it's going to take 5 minutes.
All right, but, yeah, we can try to implement that more, but at the same time, I want to, even still, kind of disrupt the flow of the show.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just trying to tell you the shit that you're in kind of hot water for.